Diego, California, and welcome to Qualcomm Stadium, Game 3 of the 1998 NLCS. The Atlanta Braves and the San Diego Padres. The folks here couldn't wait. They'll pack in 65,000 plus to welcome home their Padres after they swept 2 games in Atlanta. Follow suit with that outstanding starting pitching this afternoon, the left-hander Sterling Hitchcock.
Those numbers you see in the division series were the big matchup against Randy Johnson's more inexperienced than the Atlanta crowd, and that makes for a noisy place.
Good start. Came off the bench in game 1. Bunts it in the air, 2 out.
You rarely see a hitter come up and try to bunt for a base hit.
A result of nerves. 3-0.
He does that on days he doesn't pitch. So
2 out, nobody on, and there's ball 4. 4 in a row to Chipper Jones that missed.
Say there's pressure on Greg Maddux, and that's certainly true, but there's also pressure on the Atlanta Braves offense.
We go to the bottom of the first inning in San Diego. Ferris, Finley, and Gwynn coming up. 92, 3, 4, and 5. And you're looking at his numbers in this postseason with 1 victory and 1 start in the division series against Chicago.
This ball right over the heart of the plate.
Again, the 0-2 to Ferris. And a good start for the Braves and Maddux as he strikes out the San Diego leadoff hitter.
But still, Maddux not hitting his spots to the first batter of the game.
And now Finley. And a line drive base hit up the middle. The Padres have their first base runner, Gwynn, walking in. What does he try to do at the plate? A lot of the time, shoot it to the left side. Maddux already struck out Ferris. Finley a base hit up the middle. Gwynn bounces one to Galarraga. They get the force at second, and among right-handed throwing first basemen, I don't think there's anybody better in the game at doing that than Galarraga.
Take a little off, put a little on. You're not going to get a fastball right down the heart of the plate more than likely.
To the right side and through Galarraga. Graffinino keeps it close to the infield, and it's 2 on with 2 out. As Galarraga has struggled defensively in this LCS, even on the heels of that force out off the bat of Gwynn. Runners go. Joyner checked his swing on ball 4, and that'll load him up. A hit, an error, and a walk. And who is the last guy the Atlanta Braves want to see in this spot? Now the 1-2. Leyritz tried to check his swing. He did not. Struck him out to end a long first inning. Leyritz strikes out. Maddux gets out of trouble and around a Galarraga error. And after 1 in game 3, no score.
So a later start at 5 o'clock Pacific time. A lot of shadows, some very tough visibility.
That's to the left side, right at Gomez. Jones can run, but out easily as Chris takes care of it, 1 away.
Of course, that's not meant to take anything away from the performance by Sterling Hitchcock in that ball game, but it was amazing to watch a splitter down in the dirt.
Perez reaching, grounds to Gomez again. Long throw, good throw, 2 out.
Not only was the 1-1 pitch down and out of the strike zone.
And again the 1-2 pitch. Little pop-up on the right side. Again, a long run for Gwynn. Can he get there? Basket catch. Inning over. And the Braves go in order. Can we call it 4 out of 50, Tim, or does postseason count?
It does.
4 out of 50 is Batista with 2 strikes. Bottom of the second, no score.
Say that fast 3 times. Blimp fleet.
It's not easy. Vanderwall dumps one into left field. A base hit. And John Vanderwall gets his first NLCS base hit.
It only stands to reason that he goes up there chasing the first.
Gomez at the plate, and he grounds one to third. Jones has to wait a minute, out at second, and dug out at first for a 5-4-3 double play. 2 pitches, a base hit, and a double play.
98 season, but he may remember what he threw a guy 2 years ago to get him out in a similar situation.
He jams Hitchcock. Shortstop Weiss could roll it over there, and Hitchcock is gone. A leadoff hit, a double play followed, and we go to the third. Back to this stadium, Qualcomm in San Diego after this from your local Fox station.
He can butcher, boy, fake a bunt, swing away.
A little low for a leadoff walk, and that's the second walk handed out by Sterling Hitchcock. Tomorrow on Fox NFL Sunday, is Maddux showing bunt awfully early. Bunting it back to Hitchcock. Ball backed up like his approach on the 18th green, and Maddux gets the sacrifice down. Scored 1-4. Weiss looped one into center field, a base hit. They will bring Graffinino around, and the throw from Finley. Bouncing in there, and Graffinino's safe to put Atlanta out in front 1-0 here in the third. Not a very strong throw from Finley in center, and the base hit by Weiss makes it 1-0 Atlanta. Runner goes, swing and a miss, throw down, still not in time as Leyritz got nothing on that throw.
And the reason for that is Gerald Williams in his follow-through. The globe spinning on its axis as it comes up to home plate.
Again, the 3-2 pitch. Jones with a base hit into left field. Walt Weiss comes around third. The throw by Vanderwall. Weiss out.
No wonder he catches only once every 5 days. He has to.
Body can't take it.
No.
Veras to the right side. Galarraga feeds Maddux, 1 away. And Veras is 0 for 2. Atlanta out in front, 1 out, nobody on, and the 2-2 pitch to Steve Finley. Into center field for Andrew Jones. Drifting back to get it. 2 gone.
Happened to see the American League Championship game last night, won by the Cleveland Indians.
Base is empty for Tony, and a ground ball to second. Graffinino lays back, makes the play, and we move to the 4th inning. Atlanta will bat, send in Galarraga, Jones, and Perez up by 1. Don Baylor opened him up. The 2 ended up in Colorado. He draws a leadoff walk to start the 4th inning here. The 3rd walk issued by Sterling Hitchcock, 2nd time in a row he started the inning with a leadoff walk. Winning that World Series. So it would take them out of contention, if I understand the question correctly, as Jones strikes out on a pitch low and away. They call him the cat for a reason. He is quick. Staying put as Perez floats one into left field. That will fall for a hit. Played on 1 hop by Vanderwall. A walk, a strikeout, now a single. At the bottom of the order coming up, the Atlanta Braves have something working here in the 4th. 2 runners on for Atlanta. Already leading 1-0 here in the 4th inning, and Batista, a slow roller to third. Caminiti's only played at first, out. And it's 2nd and 3rd, 2 down with Graffinino coming up.
It's an interesting play right here by Bobby Cox, an intentional walk. I think, or by Bruce Bochy. I think one reason for this may be that if you try to pitch around a guy like Graffinino, you end up throwing that split finger fastball in the dirt. It squirts by.
So the bases are loaded with 2 down, and it's interesting because Maddux can handle the bat.
Right.
Hitchcock. Maddux shoots one into left field. Vanderwall back to get it to end the inning. Maddux reached up, hit it hard, but right at Vanderwall in left. A hit, 2 walks in the inning. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Padres bat down 1.
But you talk to people around baseball and they'll agree that
It's not 1 or 2 inches off the outside corner. It's more than that as Perez sets up outside, and Caminetti gets it off the end of the bat. Into right for Williams. Caminetti's 0 for 2.
Larry Dierker, the manager of the Houston Astros, and his catcher, Brad Osmus.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Joyner pops it into left center field. Andrew Jones going over, but he will give way to the left fielder, Danny Batista. 2 out. We will answer our Aflac trivia question. Since division play began in 1969, what World Series champion?
World champions.
Leyritz struck out with the bases loaded his first time up, and now he gets drilled. And this goes back to what I was saying earlier. Other pitchers, you can say, well, that one got away. Leyritz wiser than that. As he has a few words with Maddux. Pitches just don't seem to get away from Greg Maddux.
You're right, Joe. That's generally what starts those bench-clearing brawls you see during the course of season. All situations where you could easily get a scuff on that baseball. Maddux doesn't need any more help.
Vanderwall strikes out looking to end the inning. Intentional or unintentional, Leyritz hit by a pitch, stranded. We've played 4, and the Braves down 2-0, lead it by 1. And you see Maddux talking about it over there on the bench as Weiss reaches up and pops it into left field. At the track is Vanderwall to put it away and have a seat. 1 out.
I'm only laughing.
Williams strikes out for the 2nd out of the inning, and that's 5 for Hitchcock. We talk about the tough day for Jim Leyritz. Here's a look at it. 2 out, nobody on, and the 1-2. Hitchcock has struck out 6. The Braves go in order. Halfway through game number 3. 1-0 Braves. Strike 1 to Chris Gomez leading off. 5th inning, and a fly ball into shallow right. Easy for Gerald Williams, 1 away. We came back from break. Maddux was out there ready to pitch. He was held up by the umpire because network television wasn't back. I hope he didn't throw one at us.
From up here.
But it would be intentional.
Yeah, I'm not talking about 60 feet 6 inches.
Hitchcock trying to go the other way. It's through for a base hit. The 3rd of the day for the Padres. And with 1 on, 1 out, Barris chops it back to Maddux. Play to first out there. And it's going to be up to Finley with a tying run at 2nd and 2 out here in the 5th inning.
To Pulley.
Into left center field. Andrew Jones, can he get there? No. Down and to the wall. Hitchcock will score, and we're tied at 1.
Hitter against Maddux coming into play today. Caminetti at 284, but he has homered against Maddux. Caminetti a little bit more of a free swinger, obviously, than Tony Gwynn. Perhaps Maddux feels he can get Caminetti to chase a bad pitch and get himself out in this situation.
Caminetti needed any extra incentive to get Maddux. He got it with the intentional walk to Gwynn. Up the middle, through. Base hit. Here comes Finley. Over to 3rd is Gwynn, and the Padres take a 2-1 lead. Caminetti takes off. Joyner pops it up. Into shallow left center. Andrew Jones will give way to Batista to end the inning. But San Diego comes up with 2. A hit by Hitchcock, the pitcher. RBIs by Finley and Caminetti. It's 2-1 San Diego after 5.
Positive reinforcement to his center fielder.
Again, the 3-2 to Galarraga. A leadoff walk. So Hitchcock gets the lead and walks the leadoff man, Galarraga, here in the 6th inning. Spelled the end of the day for Sterling Hitchcock, and now Donnie Wall, 5-4, a very good ERA out of the Padre bullpen, and already has a save in this NLCS. Deals, and Jones gets a base hit to center. Galarraga will hold at 2nd. And the first two are on for the Braves here in the 6th inning.
By bringing the right-handed Wall in, Bruce Bochy is trying to get Bobby Cox to turn his lineup around.
And another to Perez, who bunts it to third. Perfectly placed. The throw to first, the sacrifice good, 5-4. So they do keep Perez in there. They do ask him to bunt, and now Klesko walks to the plate to pinch hit for Bautista.
The option of going to a left-handed batter. Keith Lockhart comes to mind, and now Grappanino being called back, so Lockhart will be the batter. Or is it going to be Michael Tucker?
Pinch hitter because he exhausted all of his bench.
Tucker strikes out, 2 gone. Hitchcock watching from the bench. The 2-2 from Wall. Takes over at second base, so he's in the game anyway. And will be put in that number 8 spot. Klesko stays in the game. He's in left. A little pop-up into center. Off the bat of Leyritz and into the glove of Andrew Jones.
Veteran pitcher, he will make up pitches if necessary to suit the situation. Throws a sinking fastball, a cut fastball, an overhand curve, a slider, a change, and necessarily within the framework of the rules.
Vanderwall into left center field off the end of the bat. Andrew Jones gives way to Klesko. 2 up, 2 down against Dennis Martinez, the winningest Latin American pitcher. Padres won game 2, allowing Greg Vaughn to rest. An off day yesterday, and we haven't seen him so far this afternoon. Tough play for Weiss. Circles, throws, and gets him. Good play by Walt Weiss. And we go to the 7th inning here in San Diego. The Braves will have the top of their order back after this from your local Fox station. Back in the 3rd inning, threw out a runner. Weiss at the plate to end the inning and keep it a 1-run game. Here's a little pop-up on the infield. Gomez couldn't see it. And Weiss is on base to start the 7th inning. Even with the glasses on, I don't think he ever flipped them down. Williams strikes out. And it is obvious that these hitters are having a difficult time picking up these pitches. You could see it with Colburn last inning, and you see it there with Williams.
A breaking ball or an off-speed pitch is going to change once it reaches the shadows.
Shattered bat, ground ball to short. Gomez will step and throw to end the inning. Jones did not get out of the box well, and walking through the shadows and back to the dugout. Warm-up tosses, and Sweeney is still in the on-deck circle, so it looks like Rocker, who did this during the regular season. You don't always have to react. The 2-2 pitch. Sweeney strikes out. While Sweeney walks away, we want to take a moment, those of us here at Fox. 1 out, nobody on, and ball 4 to Veras. Puts him on. That's the 3rd walk handed to San Diego this afternoon.
Ball game was to the opposite field.
Veras running. They have him caught. Throw down by Galarraga to get him. Caught stealing 1-3-6. Rocker started it, and Galarraga made a good play in the middle to get the high throw and fire a strike.
And yet a good one to get Veras.
Now the ground ball to the right side off the bat of Finley. Galarraga feeds Rocker, and the Padres send only 3 to the plate in the 7th. Getting late for Atlanta in the series and in this game. 8th inning, 2-1 Padres. And it is his duty to set up closer Trevor Hoffman here this afternoon. Skull, Lockhart, and then a pinch hitter. Galarraga shoots a base hit into center field, and he picked the perfect time for Atlanta to come up with his first hit of this series. The tying run is on. Jones into left center field. Finley over to get it. Glasses on, makes the catch, 1 away. Another hit for the Braves. Perez goes up and lines it into left field. 2 hits in the inning. That is only the second time all afternoon the Braves have had 2 hits in 1 inning.
He only has 13 hits against left-handed pitching as you look at the numbers for Randy Myers.
Again the 3-2. He walked him to load the bases. Maselli started this inning, allowed 2 hits, gave way to Randy Myers, and now Lockhart will walk in. Bases loaded, 1 out, and Lockhart pops it up behind short. Gomez back, gives way to Rivera, 2 out, and the Braves miss a chance with Galarraga at third and only 1 out.
Now you're going to have Lopez as the pinch hitter.
Blaring on the speakers here in San Diego, and this crowd rolling. Trevor Hoffman takes over. Inning over. And for another ovation as Cianez gets ready to pitch, Tony Gwynn will lead it off.
And that top of the 8th inning,
As well as here today in San Diego, Bobby Cox usually goes through most of his bench in 1 inning.
Ground ball to the right side. A good pickup and play by Lockhart. 1 away. We talk about managerial moves. How about starting John Vanderwall? Base is empty for Caminetti. And now he's gone, 2nd out of the inning. One other point to keep in mind as we get ready for the 9th inning. Because of the way the bench has been played by the Atlanta Braves. Joyner takes a walk with 2 out. Hernandez into the left field corner. Up against the wall, it's fair. Joyner rounding third. Klesko kicks it in the corner. Joyner to the plate. Safe, and the Padres lead 3-1. And now Ruben Rivera at the plate with Hernandez at third and 2 down. That gets away from Lopez. In to score Hernandez, and it's 4-1 San Diego.
scores on that ball unless Klesko kicks it.
Rivera lines a base hit into right field. And there would be no way they would take Hoffman out of the game. They pitch to Gomez on 0-2, and he strikes out. So that ends a productive bottom of the 8th inning, and this crowd overwhelming with the Padres leading by 3. Weiss the opposite way, and a good start to the 9th inning for Atlanta. Walt Weiss, his 3rd hit of the afternoon, and he's on to start the 9th. Again, struck him out. Back-to-back changeups and a strikeout of Gerald Williams. Galarraga into right field. Tony Gwynn is there. Padres up 3 games to none.